What's going on, everybody? This is Dave from Post Rock Promo. I'm here with Missing Words from Los Angeles, California. How's it going, guys?
Good.
Pretty good. Thanks for having us on.
Of course,
And
appreciate you
everybody
guys coming
watching,
on.
Thanks for watching.
Let's jump right into it. So, when and how did you guys form?
James?
So I used to play like music with more like guitar, drums, and stuff like that, and played kind of like indie rock and stuff. And the band that I was in at the time fell apart, and I kind of just didn't have anything to do, like no band or anything. So I started taking it upon myself to like learn how to record and stuff, and got myself a MIDI controller and started making crappy electronic songs. After a while, they started getting a little bit better, and started actually being able to write something that sounded like it was a song. And then I knew Colin from I think I was probably 18 and he was 17. And he had come watch us play another band that I was in, he came and watched us play at like a rehearsal studio one time. And he was just, we started becoming friends. And from there, me and him just started working on music. And slowly, as I was making the electronic music, he started coming over more and started pitching in and playing bass on songs. And slowly we just became a band.
Yeah.
So it's been me and Colin from the start. He's like left and come back, but it's always been me. Yeah.
That's awesome. So you guys released a new song, Like a Shadow, a couple weeks ago. How's the response been?
It's been pretty cool so far. Just running some ads still and getting it going. We have a music video that came out for it as well, but for the most part, the response has been pretty good so far.
Yeah, I got on a few playlists and a lot of good reactions to it.
Yeah, I think it's on probably about like 25 decent playlists so far on Spotify, and people have been sending us messages and stuff about how they've been appreciating it. And it definitely has a lot that relates to what was going on in the pandemic and stuff, so it's easily relatable, I feel, for most people.
That's always good. So who did you record it with, and how was the process?
So I recorded it during the pandemic. At the time, my brother was living with me, and he is here right now. He just
How's it going, James?
So this is Jameson, and I'm James. I know,
Okay.
Weird that we both have like the same name, but that's just what it is. Our dad's name is Jim, so Jim.
The three J's.
Jameson. Yeah, we're like the George Foreman family.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was recording it. I'm not sure where you were, but you were. You might have been working or something.
It was working, and I came by during later in the song and wrote some guitar.
Yeah, I started it off with I work for a company called Sample Magic, and I was just messing around with some sample packs that I had, and I started off with just like this like little chill wave beat. And from there, I got really inspired with using like some different soft synths. I think I used a lot of Obsession and what was it? Like what's that? All the output stuff. It's just like really cool, like lush, like vocal style synthesizers and stuff like that. And from there, I had a beat and started writing some lyrics that were a little sad and about what was going on in my life at the moment. With the pandemic happening and everything, everyone felt kind of like, what's the right way to say it?
Like a shadow.
Like a shadow. You can clip this and stuff around, right?
What's that?
I said you can clip this stuff around a little bit, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, me. But yeah, then I was working on it, and he got off from work, and he came in, and he was like, "Oh, what you got there?" And he jumped on guitar and laid down some riffs, and from there he kind of helped me with the lyrics, and we put it together. And then I also, after that, I took it to my friend John Kunkel of the New Division, and he helped me with like the final mixing and mastering and like a little bit of ideas. Almost most of the songs that we've worked on, like John usually is the one that mixes and masters it.
Very cool. So you guys are from LA. How's the scene there? Do you guys have a favorite local band, favorite venue?
Let's see, the place we went to last night was pretty cool. We went to the Echoplex, and that venue was pretty nice. For favorite local musicians, let me think. Maybe you can think of someone
that we played with, or that
we played with, or just like people that we
Just in general.
see now. We went and saw, who did we go see last night? We went and saw Small Black. They were pretty cool.
Yeah, but they're from New York City.
Oh, they are?
Yeah. So I guess favorite local musician. There's a couple of bands that we don't want to name any names that are like too in the pocket. So I guess who would you say, James? I like this band that we usually played with because they're a bunch of great guys. They're called Poda Passenger. They're
really cool.
Yeah.
What would you say, like pop, like alternative rock?
Yeah, they're like kind of like, there's a big radio station called K Rock, and they kind of have that sort of sound out here, or alt 98.7 sort of sound. And then James can give you a band he probably likes that's a local band.
Yeah. I'm not really too sure.
It's been kind of tough because
because
shows are on and off.
we haven't been able to see anybody for so long that it's like, I think the last show that we went to last night, besides that one, I think I hadn't been to a show since before the pandemic, which would have been
March.
Keen, but they're they're from the UK.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been a long time since we've seen anybody. Also, I guess another cool band is Matt Black, but they're from San Diego. Our drummer plays in that band.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've heard of him.
No, I'll have to check them out.
Yeah, it's like kind of it's a little bit more like dark
Industrial.
electronic, like industrial style stuff.
That sounds good. Sounds right up my alley.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm sure you'd like it.
Very cool. So who are your biggest influences?
I'd say my biggest influences, my like first influence, which really isn't anything like the music that we make in Missing Words, is Elliott Smith. And I definitely feel like with a lot of my like lyrical writing, I try to use him as like a big influence of mine. Besides that, like Sonic Youth, M83, Jameson.
As far as guitar playing for me, I think when we both agree on like Block Party and stuff like that, kind of like post-punk kind of stuff like that, kind of finds its way into
Yeah,
it
definitely. It kind of trickles its way into it. And then of course, like what's called like Washed Out.
Oh yeah.
Like, Washed Out's definitely been like a big influence. Brother Tiger, I like his stuff a lot. And then
I'd say for me, New Order and the Killers, and maybe some older bands like that.
Definitely. Yeah, of course the 80s stuff, can't go wrong with that, like Depeche Mode and New Order and Tears for Fears and all that kind of stuff definitely has like a big influence on us as well.
Classics.
Mm-hmm.
So if you could tour with one of those bands, which one?
If we could tour with one of them?
Yeah.
M83. That's who I would want to tour with.
Yeah, same here.
Yeah.
They're pretty good. I think his music was probably like the reason why I started getting into making electronic music. Because before that, I was more into making like shoegaze and like kind of funny, but like math rock kind of stuff and like post-hardcore music.
That's awesome. So now I'm going to ask you guys some non-music questions. It's a good way for me to get to know you. Did this with the other bands I interviewed. Are you ready?
Mm-hmm.
All right. First one, best vacation you guys have been on.
Best vacation. Okay. Only a couple months ago for my friend's wedding, I went to Jamaica and at an all-inclusive resort, and that was pretty fun. Just running around having like steak and lobster every day, and like nice martinis on the beach and stuff. And yeah, I definitely say that's probably one of the coolest things I've ever done. Yeah.
Did you see Usain Bolt there?
What was it?
Did you see Usain Bolt there? The runner.
He ran by too
The
fast.
Jamaican runner.
No Jamaican bobsled teams either. Didn't see any of those. Yeah, all the people there were really nice. All the people that worked on the resort were like super helpful and just like the nicest people you ever meet. So it was really fun.
I took a last minute trip to Japan when I was 19. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, I'm
Went
jealous
for
of that.
like 5 days and had like $1,000 to my name, and was like, oh, let's go do it. And yeah, that was really cool. Hope to go back there one day. Let's see. Other than that, I grew up half my life in Hawaii, so it's kind of hard to top that as far as tropical vacations go.
Yeah.
But Japan was up there for sure.
Did you do a lot of surfing in Hawaii?
Not as much as you'd think. I longboard with my dad a little bit. I mostly kind of grew up skateboarding.
If you've seen Rocket League, he's
Yeah.
basically what they would call a shoobie.
I was a shoebie.
What was that show called?
Yeah, it was Rocket League.
Rocket League. Yeah.
Rocket Power.
Rocket Power. That's
Oh
what
no,
it was.
yeah, you're right. Rocket League's the game.
Yeah.
Rocket Power is one of my favorite shows of all time.
Yeah, Rocket Power. Yeah. He was a shoobie in Hawaii.
For sure.
Woogie, 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 woogie.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. Mr. Colin.
It's funny that you guys said those answers because my answers are gonna definitely follow along the same. I've been to Japan and the Caribbean, so it's very similar. You could say New York. New York's kind of cool if we're talking about the States, but outside of the US, those are the two spots I've actually only been to. And before the pandemic, I was gonna go see my family in London, or not London, Prescott, England. So
That would have been.
definitely that's on the list.
Well, maybe next spring and summer. Favorite movie?
Favorite movie. Let me see. Empire Strikes Back. Star Wars.
Cheap answer.
It's, if you know anything about me, I'm obsessed with Star Wars. So I actually, if you look on this wall, got a bunch of Star Wars stuff right here.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. Got my lightsaber, my droid, everything. Pressure's on.
I know it is.
A24.
I mean, Jurassic Park, probably the first one. As far as like all time, I never get tired of that one.
Yeah, you can watch that movie. I think I was actually watching that yesterday.
Yeah, the first Jurassic Park for sure.
Besides Star Wars, probably like Blade Runner. Blade Runner is probably one of my favorites. Or A Clockwork Orange.
Have you seen the new Blade Runner?
Oh, it's so
Yeah, I
good.
liked it.
Was it as good as the
really good.
original?
It's just as good.
I think it's different, but the soundtrack that Hans Zimmer did on it was like amazing. It was really good.
Hans Zimmer's the man.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, I loved it. Colin, what about you?
Favorite movie? I'm gonna go with Fight Club, and I know that's like
Fight
a
Club,
cheap
awesome.
answer, but I love Fight Club.
That's a great movie.
Yeah, I love that movie.
Rule number 1, don't talk about Fight Club.
Oh, fuck,
Exactly.
I screwed up.
I'm not gonna lie, that movie confused me a little bit. I had to watch it a couple times to like really understand it.
Yeah, that makes sense. I think I probably had to watch it like 3 times to fully get the whole thing because there's definitely like a lot of like secret things going on in the background, like twists and turns.
I think that's why I like that movie.
His name is Robert. What is it? His name is Robert Paulson.
Yeah.
You like
Gotcha.
the movies that make you think.
Yeah,
Totally.
That's
definitely.
awesome. So if you guys could go back in time and talk to one world leader or person of influence, who would it be?
Back in time, talk to a world leader. That's a interesting question.
Who would you learn from the most?
It could be a dead musician.
A dead musician? Oh, Elliott Smith. But I guess if it had to be someone else, it'd be interesting to talk to, let me see, like a influential leader. Abraham Lincoln.
He had an interesting life.
Yeah, exactly. Ask him how he likes plays.
What was his favorite play?
Yeah, that would be a good one. That would not be a good one.
Mr. Jameson.
Um,
This is Elliot. This is the studio pup.
How's it going, Elliot?
He'd want to go back and meet what's it called? What's the dog from the basketball dog?
Airbud?
Airbud. He'd want to go back and meet Airbud. Let's see. Okay. Thank you, Elliot.
Goodbye now.
Bye bye. We'll see you later.
I'm trying to think of someone who's dead.
Colin, what about you?
Yeah, good call.
Somebody I could go back in time and meet. I'm trying to. Tesla, Nikolai Tesla might be interesting. He might be interesting.
Yeah. You can tell him that someone's going to rip off his name later.
Yeah.
Someone's gonna make
a whole lot of money off your name.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
Gotcha.
Yeah, maybe Kurt Cobain in terms of a musician, because
Hmm.
I watch a lot of his old interviews and he's like, yeah, I was going to start playing new wave, which is so totally left field if you listen to his music, you know?
He said that? I had no idea.
Yeah, he did.
That's really interesting. It's hard for me to picture him playing new wave.
Yeah, me too.
I think it'd be sick, but I don't know. I just can't see him
Grunge
doing
wave.
Yeah, that makes me curious.
Exactly.
What about you, Jameson?
Let's see. As far as music,
Miles Davis.
Miles Davis is the man. That'd be a cool one. Let's see. Maybe like some like early on hip hop producers would be pretty cool. Like just the way they would make beats like analog and sampling, that kind of thing. I like Jay Dilla and stuff like that. I feel like that would be a cool person to meet and like learn from how they did it, like just like from scratch with tapes and all that. I like Jay Dilla, like people like that. I don't know, I feel like something like that would be pretty cool to meet them from.
Cool.
Very cool. If you guys had $1 million and you could donate to any charity, which one?
That's a pretty loaded. I don't know any by name, but something that would help like younger kids be able to get into music early, like or be able to afford guitars or music lessons, because a lot of people probably that would have talent in something, aren't getting those opportunities.
A lot of art programs get defunded. And
Yeah.
I remember you said in high school you took music lessons.
Yeah, that's definitely a big reason why I was able to start learning, is because I took trumpet classes in 7th and 8th grade, and then slowly became a guitar player. But without that there, who knows if I would have ever gotten into music, Probably something like that. Colin?
I'd definitely say I sort of feel similar about that. But also being a type 1 diabetic, I was able to go to a lot of like camps as a kid that helped development. So maybe something involving music and diabetes. So kids like that don't just give up just because they have that condition. What about you, Jameson?
I mean, I like the funding like music and art programs. I just feel like that's an opportunity not a lot of people get as far as like learning. I went to like a funny charter school like in high school, and I remember just briefly learning like simple things like Photoshop and like Adobe Premiere, and even briefly like it helped a lot just being introduced. And I think if you're introduced to something like that early on, you can really
help you with your career in the future.
Figure out what you want to do early on.
That's awesome. All right, last question. What are some places out there that visitors should check out?
Well, not where we live. Lakewood, California is kind of boring. But which is in LA. Let me see. Place that people should visit.
Let's see. About some places in Long Beach.
Yeah, Long Beach is a pretty cool little city in LA that has like really cool bars and good food and just a bunch of little stuff to do. It's kind of like a little mini city within LA, but it's like really like has like a homey feeling, like you go somewhere and you feel like you know everybody.
4th Street's fun.
4th Street is like a cool area.
There's like a lot of vintage shops.
Yeah. There's like tiki bars and stuff around here and fun stuff to do. Besides that, Grand Canyon's pretty crazy to look at if you haven't seen that before. It's pretty mind-boggling. First time I saw it, I had to like sit down for a few minutes because it like took my breath away.
Yeah, that's on my bucket list.
Yeah, I know, it's amazing. You definitely got to see it. Or the where did we go in Utah?
The Narrows.
The Narrows. That was really beautiful. It's like a long trail that's just like filled with water, pretty much like up to your knees, but the water's like this like crystal like blue, like but almost like murky. Like how would you even explain the way that water looked? It was like
all fresh water, but yeah, it was like it was kind of like almost cloudy, but it didn't seem dirty.
It was blue, yeah. And you're just like inside, like you're like between like two canyons, and you're just like walking through it, and it's really beautiful.
Like 70 feet tall, and you look up, and you're just at the bottom of it.
Yeah,
that was cool for sure.
Colin.
Yeah, I'd definitely say, as someone who grew up in Long Beach, it's definitely a great place to check out. There's tons of venues. A place called Alex's Bar. The old venue that James used to work out's kind of fun. What's it called? D Piazzas?
Yeah, I still work there a couple days a week.
Where else? There's a place called Zebulon in LA that I always love to bring people to because you can find a bunch of new bands there. Echoplex is great. I gotta definitely say Zion, Wyoming for sure. I was blown away by Yellowstone. I'd never been to a place quite like it. I would definitely, that'd be first on my list to tell anybody about, is to go to Yellowstone or Grand Teton.
See, I haven't been to either of those yet.
We
You'll
should
have to take me to those places when I get out there.
Yeah,
definitely. Colin's a little traveler. He goes everywhere.
I like to travel.
Colin, the world traveler.
Exactly. Well, actually, I went to Berlin in Germany. That was really beautiful.
Oh yeah.
Really cool. Or Leipzig, Germany. That was like a super cool place to go to. My wife was definitely jealous about that one.
Next time you go there, you can take her with you.
Exactly.
Well, I really appreciate you guys coming on and chatting up a little bit. I really appreciate you guys supporting me in Post Rock Promo.
Thank you. We
Thank
appreciate
you.
the opportunity to be on your channel. Thanks, man.
Of course. So for the people that are going to watch this later, where can they find you guys at?
So we're Missing Words, and you can find us on Spotify, YouTube, iTunes Music, Apple Music, Amazon, pretty much anywhere. Bandcamp, yeah.
Title. What is it? TikTok, Twitter, Instagram. We got it all.
Everywhere. You guys are everywhere. Taking over the internet.
Friendster, everywhere.
That's
awesome.
Maybe you can find Colin on Tinder. Just kidding.
There you go.
No, you'd be searching long and far for nothing.
Tinder and Bumble and all those deals.
Exactly.
Well, hope you guys have a great night, and we'll chat soon.
Thank you.
All right.
We're gonna go do some Dungeons and Dragons in a minute.
Heck yeah.
Later.
See you later.